We've got a crazy new update in the box office battle that's happening between James Gunn's Superman and Zack Snyder's Man of Steel film. Let me explain. According to a new report, the newest Superman film that's still in theaters right now and available in digital is expected to make around $125 million in profit just from its box office ticket sales alone. And for comparison, Man of Steel only made $42 million in profits. Even adjusting for inflation, that number is only around $60 million. So Man of Steel was half as profitable as the new Superman movie. You might be thinking, hold up a second, hasn't Man of Steel still made more money in total at the box office than Superman? How is this possible? Well, let me explain here, because yes, as you can see here, Man of Steel made $670 million worldwide. Superman has currently made $614 million worldwide. But there's a few keys to why Superman has made more money in profit than Man of Steel despite making less overall. The first of which is actually the international gross numbers. Because as you can see from this chart, domestically in the United States alone, Superman made over $62 million more than Man of Steel did in the United States. But Man of Steel made over $100 million more worldwide. So obviously it's not a bad thing to make a lot of money overseas. Movie studios want to make money whichever way they can possible. But the thing is, where Man of Steel was making lots of money in places like China, US companies only get to keep around 20 to 25% of the box office profits they make in these other countries. Whereas when your movie is making money in the United States itself, it's a way better split for theater companies. They get to keep somewhere between 50 to 60% of the profits, and the theater companies get to keep the rest. So between almost 60% of the box office revenues coming from the United States for Superman, and the film just being a little bit cheaper to produce and market than Man of Steel, it actually has been a more profitable film for Warner Brothers, almost twice as profitable, like I said, accounting for inflation. Some other comparisons: Superman Returns, that I actually think is an underrated movie. That movie lost $40 million for Warner Brothers. Man of Steel, like I said, $42 million, not adjusted for inflation. Batman vs. Superman profited $100 million. Justice League lost $60 million. And plus, with Warner Brothers immediately greenlighting the new Man of Tomorrow movie, which yes, isn't a direct sequel to Superman, but it is really a follow-up. Obviously, we're going to have Superman and Lex in this film. With them already greenlighting this film, it's very clear that yes, this movie was a huge profitable success, or else they wouldn't be moving ahead so quickly. Now, this combined with some other DC projects lately, like Peacemaker Season 2 obviously is a part of this new DC universe, and it's apparently going to be heavily tied to the Man of Tomorrow movie. I think we're likely going to get a Lex Luthor cameo in the last couple episodes. The first couple episodes of Peacemaker Season 2 have been watched by 22% more people than Peacemaker Season 1. It shows that interest in DC is back and alive. Plus, we're getting the Lanterns TV show in early 2026 and Supergirl next summer, which I hope is a huge success at the box office based off the hype of Superman alone. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge though, because a week before it, or June 19th, as you can see, Toy Story 5 releases. That's probably a $1 billion film. And then a week after it, at the beginning of July, is another Minions movie coming out. Of course, later in July, then you have Spider-Man Brand New Day and The Odyssey. So there's lots of competition for this movie next year, but I hope it's a big success and this new DC universe is just off to a great start. If you want to see more DC news about the Batman Part 2, the Man of Tomorrow Superman sequel, and so much more, click the playlist above my head right now, and thank you so much for watching.